Out of the countless problems that drummers have to face, there are two that seem to be extremely frustrating and common. Lack of creativity and lack of fluidity around the drums. But don't worry, I got you. Alright, who's this random guy on the internet who thinks he can teach me about drums? I know that's what you're thinking. My name is Richie Martinez. I've toured all around the world. I've recorded on a lot of albums. I play for the prog metal band Arch Echo. I've done clinics and master classes, taught hundreds of students. I enjoy education. And today I wanted to introduce you to two concepts and a very straightforward pattern that I believe will transform your drumming. And I really, really mean that. But before we go into that, I have a link down in the comments in my bio. It's a free warm-up, a free exercise. Take it, use it, turn it into your own thing, have fun with it. All right, let's move on. For plenty of you, this first idea is absolutely not brand new. But the second idea and then the pattern all blend together to help get you past a point of frustration. The goal is expand our creativity and expand our tom mobility, the flow we have around drums. Concept number one, permutation. A permutation is an arrangement or rearrangement of elements in a specific order. So if you have square, triangle, circle, you could also have square, circle, triangle. But how does this help us in drums? So many times, drummers have this thought process. Man, I don't have enough fills in my vocabulary. Let me learn some new fills. So they go on YouTube or wherever, and they look up 5 new fills to expand your drumming. Well, what happens is we have this extensive list of drum fills that we can't call on the spot whenever we're at a show or doing a solo. And in reality, what we're doing is not diving in to the meat of one specific exercise, not getting all the juice from the squeeze, and in turn, we're just confusing ourselves. We're trying to reinvent the wheel too many times instead of focusing on one exercise and getting everything we can out of it. So permutations are gonna turn your one fill into 6, 24, countless fills. Idea number 2, factorial. A factorial is a product of all positive integers equal to or less than a non-negative integer. What the heck does that mean and how does that help with drumming? Well, it's very straightforward. Essentially, product means that we multiply the different elements that we have to figure out how many combinations we can get with those given elements. And a factorial is typically a number followed by an exclamation point. That exclamation point tells us that we're going to multiply every whole number from the chosen number down to 1, and this is going to give us the possible permutation combinations. So instead of having to think, oh man, I have 3 toms, how many different ways can I combine these to make fills? It's very straightforward. If you have 3 drums, you multiply 3 by 2 by 1. That gives us 6. So immediately we know, all right, dude, if I have 3 fills, I'm gonna get 6 possible permutations. I just gave you a shortcut to where you don't have to write them all out and think about the combinations. You know, if you have 3 toms, you're gonna have 6 possible permutations. We could stop right now, and I genuinely believe with those first 2 concepts, you can take your fills and dude, I mean, many of you probably right now are thinking like, oh dude, I can combine this and this and this. That should be the goal. Now, if you have less drums, you're gonna have less options. More drums, more options. If you have 2 drums, how many permutations are you gonna get? 2 times 1, 2. Straightforward. If you have 4 drums, how many combinations can you have? How many different ways can you rearrange those 4 drums? 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 24. 24 times 1 is 24. Dude, if you have 4 drums, you have 24 permutations. So instead of having to learn 24 different licks and different patterns, you learn what you already have in front of you. Let's do a tiny bit of foreshadowing. We're gonna break that down and figure out how it applies to us so we can transform our fills. And I don't care if you've been playing for 30 years, just give it a shot and see how you can expand your creativity. We're constantly looking to learn. For any one of you that wanna get to the next level, you can sign up for one of my private lessons. I'll leave contact information down below. I can't wait to meet you.
Okay, this pattern starts with a fill that every single one of us knows. The reason we start with this simple fill is because everyone knows it, it's not complicated, and it allows us to work through the permutations without overworking our mind. Yeah, maybe our hands are going to get a good exercise, but in theory, the concept is straightforward. The way this exercise works is very straightforward. Snare is home base, and it's not going to be counted towards our permutation elements. Let's take count of how many combinations we have. Let's start with rack tom 1. 1, 2, 3, there's one fill. 1, 3, 2, there's a second fill. Everything that begins with 1 is now finished. Let's move to rack 2. 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. That's everything that starts with rack 2. That gives us 4 total fills. Let's go to the floor tom finally. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That concludes all of the fill combinations, and that's a total of 6 different lick ideas. And if you have 2 toms, what this is going to be like? Well, in that case, we need more drums to come up with more permutation possibilities, so let's count the snare. In that case, it's the same as our 3-tom exercise. 1, 2, 3. So we have snare, rack, floor, then snare, floor, rack, then rack, snare, floor, then rack, floor, snare, then floor, snare, rack, floor, rack, snare, and that would give you the combinations if you're only using 2 toms and 1 snare. As I play these for you, I want you to focus on something during your practice time. In my example, the foreshadowing example, I played them all straight through, one after the other, and then repeated it again. But if there's one of these in particular that messes with your sticking, messes with your control, stay on that one. Don't rush to the next possible permutation. I want you to focus on control. And the reason why I think this will transform your playing is not only now are you aware of the different permutation possibilities and how you can think of your cymbals and your drums in general, but now when you go and get the reps in, you can focus on the detail work that's going to change the way that you sound and perform and execute. So let me run through these one by one. A couple of details to note while I'm moving around the drums. I'm extending to the center of the drum. I'm not doing this nonsense, right? We're playing the center of the drum. I'm also not playing French grip because I'm not playing timpani. We're playing drum set, baby. And, French grip is totally fine. I use it for fingers or whatever. But in general, you want to have strong developed wrists with a full range of motion. That way you're not clicking on the rims and clicking the sticks. You want clean mobility around the drums, focusing on the center, full range of motion, right? And following the hands in a nice, clean order. All right, so those are the 6 permutations. I'll play it for you at a slower tempo, and you can count along. We'll do it in order, in the same order that I taught them to you. Later on, you can mix them up, you can have fun with that, but for now, let's just keep it in order. All the A's, all the 1s, all the 2s, and then all the 3s. I meant to say all the A's, B's, and C's, but in this case, 1s, 2s, 3s. Let's listen to that.
Permutations, factorials, that's it. We have different combinations. How many different combinations can we get? And immediately you can expand your drumming, your vocabulary, your creativity. I don't know about you, but I had a blast. I love talking about these concepts. And it's drums, dude. You should be having fun. Don't get frustrated. And if you do, take a step back, think outside the box, make some notes, man, make some notes. Hey, I suck at this. I don't want to suck at this anymore. Think outside the box. I really hope this helped you, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Peace.